Alright, shalom, shalom. It's your brother out here in GMS LA, GMS Ancient of Days, with another video. But before I start, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, baha, Yahawashi, baha, Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, who taught us this truth. And shalom to all you sincere Akim out there pushing this word in all sincerity and truth to the house of David, being rebuilt in these last days. And shalom to you confusing the face of Akim out there as well, on the highways and the byways, scattered throughout the four corners of earth, listening and learning, coming back to your true nationality, with hope of receiving salvation from our Lord and Savior, Yahawashi, Hamashiach, shalom. And this is going to be my testimony on, brothers should know the incident that happened over there in Arizona with Austin Smith, aka the guy formerly known as Yahawashi, who basically blew away his wife and kids and went and tried to go kill his own brother, which he used to be here in the GMS Ancient of Days, GMS LA camp many years ago. But, you got this guy, Vocab Malone, totally going on a slander campaign and trying to, link this guy with all of Great Millstone, which, as we know, you can't try to pin one bad apple, and try to say that the whole congregation or that all GMS is wicked because you got one bug out that went and killed his family, man. And I personally knew this guy personally for years. The guy came to my house. We hung out with the guy. The guy was around. He was in the camp, man, and him and his brother. And these guys were not good dudes, man. They were definitely not men of the Lord, man. They were rebellious. They were prideful. They were carnal as all hell. They were unreprovable, man. They thought they knew it all. You couldn't get a word in talking to these guys, man. And their whole campaign throughout this truth, speaking about Austin, he just showed himself to be a unrighteous dude, a wicked dude, a proud dude, man. And there's numerous accounts of us getting on this guy, trying to reprove this guy, trying to show him mercy and have love with the guy and deal with him. But you couldn't deal with a guy like that, him or his brother, man. And I mean, you got plenty of examples, man. I'll just give a couple. The guy drank too much. He couldn't handle his alcohol. I remember one time, we had a new brother in the camp and they lived in the same area. And the brother dropped Austin off at home, and the dude was so drunk, man, that he went to the wrong apartment and was beating on the door, thinking that it was his apartment, and it wasn't even his apartment. And the brother that was with him was like, "Hey, bro, you don't live right here. You live over here." And like how his spirit was, he didn't listen. Told the brother, "Man, chill. I know where I live. I know where I live." And it was the wrong apartment. And the guy in the inside was like, "Hey, man, get the hell off my door, man, before I do something." But the guy thinking that he's at his own apartment when he's in the wrong apartment, man. And there's been of times where we suspended this guy, tried to give him mercy, and brought him back, and nothing changed, man. This was just an unruly and wicked dude, man. All right, he was always abusive with his women. We got stories of when brothers went down to Arizona because they were working out there and they stayed with him. And there was an instance where he punched his woman in the eye, man, broke the glass. The brother, they said the dude would wake up early in the morning and first thing in the morning he would go to the liquor store, start drinking 211, which was the breakfast of reprobates, and just start his day just drinking and getting drunk all goddamn day. And he'll go in there, beat his woman up. His brother said his own baby didn't even want to. Whenever he tried to pick up his own baby, the baby would cry and crawl away from him, man. So this guy was a complete and utter demon, man. All right. And he was here in LA. We kicked him out the camp, and they all relocated over to Arizona, where they became a camp of bug outs and reprobates and carnal niggas, man. All right. So you know, he had the shitting on the floor incident. There's another time where we were all fellowshipping. We had some girls come through or whatever, and this nigga just got shit faced drunk, man. And the girls was like, "What's wrong with this guy? Does he have PTSD? Was he in the military?" And he's just going off on the women, like, "What are you looking at? What the hell are you laughing at?" Like, just being a complete demon. Where we had to tell him, "Man, you got to get the hell up out of here, man." All right, got to the point to where he wasn't even welcome to come to the house anymore, man. And then eventually, we had the shitting on the floor incident. And I was there personally. He should have. Let me show you. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get to these scriptures to show you how spiritual that situation was. Because I remember that day before we even came back to the house of fellowship, we needed toilet paper that day. I remember me and the elder brother Barak, because we stayed together at that time, was like, "Hey, bro, we gotta grab some toilet paper before we come home." It was like, "Yeah, come. And then eventually we ended up totally forgetting about the toilet paper. We ended up doing what we was doing, chilled all night. We was drinking, in the house, having a good old time. But this nigga was the only one wilding out. Got shit faced drunk, and it's funny because that whole night he was the only one that had to take a shit. And then I remember he was in the bathroom for a long time, and I go to the bathroom like, hey, bro, where old boy at? And I go to the bathroom and I look under the door because he was in there for so long, and he's literally sitting on the toilet, just passed out, like with his slumped over with his head in his lap, so to speak. So then he ended up coming out of the bathroom, and then I remember I was like telling myself like, yo, ain't no toilet paper. Where the heck he gonna take a shit? So I go in the bathroom, and it's shit on the carpet, man. I'm like, what the fuck? And this nigga wipes his ass with his shirt and throws his shirt in the toilet bowl, man. And then it all just escalated from there. He came out the toilet denying that he did it when he was the only one in the bathroom. Just dude was a demon, man. All right. And there's plenty of times where whenever you tried to correct him or his brother, they would just talk you down. They just wouldn't take correction, man. You tell him something, hey brother, you gotta do. I know, brother, I know. He wouldn't even let you get a word in or try to give him brotherly correction so that he can correct himself. So these was just two brothers that were complete demons and totally not chosen and not men of the Lord. Were just basically an example that the Lord used to show, how not to be, man. And ultimately we see, the end result of this guy and why he ended up doing what he was doing, because he was never right in the spirit, man. These dudes was reprobates. They were demons. They were carnal, man. They were always into having knives, having guns, man. And even when they went to Arizona, we told them, look, y'all can't be carrying guns to camp. And it's just not a good look. And they'd said, hey, they had their own, they justified themselves. We live in Arizona. It's legal here, so we can do that. So it was just like, all right, man, hey, y'all do your own thing, man. And like I said, that whole camp is bust up. Ain't none of them niggas out there teaching no more. I don't think. And if they are, it's just a circus out there, man. So at the end of the day, man, this doesn't really surprise me, man. It was just a matter of time before this guy did something ridiculous, or something to harm himself or to harm his family, man. And hey, through the spirit of the Most High, this is what happened, man. But this action that he did has no affiliation with the members of Great Millstone. These guys been excommunicated out of Great Millstone for many years now. All right, and what they did is a result of them not being right in the spirit, man. So that's pretty much all I'm gonna say. I'm pretty sure other brothers will do their videos and give their take on it, But the niggas just was never right at all to begin with, man. They always had a rebellious spirit. They couldn't take correction. It was always carnal. They always overtalked you. They just it's just niggas, man. All right, so I'm gonna get a couple scriptures and I'm gonna close it out. And like I said, I'm sure other brothers will give their testimony about these guys, but the niggas just ain't right, man. Never was, never will be, and now he's about to receive whatever judgment he's about to receive, man. All right. So this is Matthew chapter 12, verse 43. It says, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest and finding none. And when we all come into this truth, we all have that unclean spirit. We all had those particular demons on us that we had before the Lord had mercy and cleaned us up and so-called exercise that clean spirit out of us and put in a righteous, clean spirit, man. But when you fall out of this truth, man, when you basically come from under the fellowship of Great Millstone, and you go out and you want to do your own thing, this is what happens, man. And these guys, man, they're just one example. He's just one example of many. But when that unclean spirit goes out of a man, that spirit that was in you is always looking to come back onto you, man. Because these spirits, they need humans to house them so that they can have influence on, man. But when that demon goes out of you, like I tell brothers in our camp all the time, hey man, that demon, that unclean spirit that was going out of you, he's always coming back and checking checking on you, man. He's always coming back and tapping the doorknob, see if that door's unlocked, see if he can get back in there, and to get back in there and have influence on you, man, and to control you and to turn you back over to wickedness. And guess what? That unclean spirit that was in that nigga definitely came back, and he brought mad more homies to the party with a whole legion, man. It says, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest and finding none. Then he saith, I will return unto my house. So let me see something like that. Right. It says, then he saith, I will return unto my house from whence I came out. And when you ain't living right, when you can't find correction, when you can't take reproof, when you ain't growing from your mistakes that you made in this truth, and you ain't really applying and walking in the spirit at all times and applying the things that lead unto righteousness in your life, as far as being in the right spirit with Yahawah Shem Yahawashi and with the brethren and handling your business as a man of the Lord should be, you leave that door open for that demon to come back into your life and to have influence and to to inhabit that house which he once had, man. And you find yourself falling right back into all bunch of wickedness that you were into. And when you saw the picture of that guy, you see how bugged out he looked. Nigga had a mohawk with a Star of David cut into the side of his head, man. All right, and we've been told Israel, stop dealing with that Star of David because it ain't scriptural. It ain't. It's the Star of Remphram. It goes back to these ancient wicked demonic deities, man. And the nigga had a mohawk with it cut into the side of his head, man. Now I don't know if he did that right before he did that or whatever the case might be, but the nigga just wasn't right. You can watch the videos on YouTube of him when they had him in custody. He just bugged out, man. Nigga just looked crazy, man. And he always had that look, even back then. Oh, I'll give you another instance. One time we went to the bar, we was watching the fights, and they had one of those arcade games where it's like the punching bag and you punch it to see your punching power. And brothers was hitting it, getting high scores and this and that. And he was just anxious to go. He just couldn't hold himself. He wanted to go because they were always in that competitive ass spirit, man. No matter what it was, whether we were playing basketball, whether we were lifting weights, them niggas just always was in that competitive spirit to try to show you that they can be better than you, man. It's just niggas had many red flags, but this is just one of them. And then when it was his turn, he finally punched the machine, and he didn't even get a decent score. The niggas start going crazy, like yeah. Nigga punched the fucking machine with his hand, that like not even the punching bag, but he punched the machine till he busted his knuckles open, man. Just got all excited and busted his knuckles open, and we looking like, bro, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, bro, you need to chill, man. And after that, some brothers, the night went on, brothers, we got away from him and shit was like, yo, that dude, he'll need to come out with us no more, man. That nigga, these niggas ain't right, man. So, man, I'm telling you, these dudes, man, was something else, man. I think the whole time I've been in this truth, and niggas that fell out the camp, these guys had to be the worst batch ever, man. Hands down, man. And it's like these type of dudes, when they come around, you just like, oh, fuck this nigga here, man. You just unpredictable, man. It says, then he saith, I will return unto my house from whence I came out, and when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. And that's what it was like. It was all emptied out. It was swept out, and it was garnished. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself. And that's what happened to this guy, man. And it shows you the truth and the validity of the scriptures, man. This nigga had 7 other demons more wicked than himself that caused him to go and to blow his family away, and then drive down the street to go find his brother because he thought he was committing adultery with his woman to blow him away, man. All right. Didn't say that he beat his daughter to death with a baseball bat. You mean to tell me this nigga didn't have hella demons on him to do that shit, man? This nigga was a demon himself, man. And that demon that he once had came back with those 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. So that's the end result of what happened to this guy, man. Those 7 more wicked spirits than he already had upon him when he came into this truth came back with more wicked spirits than himself. And when that one spirit that he had on him was already wicked, And he brought 7 more wicked spirits with him, man. And that's why the last state of that man, look at the last state of him. He's in total police custody, going to the psych ward. And I don't know if they have the death penalty in Arizona, but if they do, they're probably going to give it to him, man. But that's just an example, man. And this guy, like I said, been kicked out of Great Millstone. So everything that he's been doing, the work that they've been doing out there on the highways and the byways when they were doing it, their carnalness, their carnalness had nothing to do with Great Millstone, all right? We've been kicked those guys out of here. So Vocab Malone, won't you get your facts straight, all right? And you say that you knew this guy. You didn't fucking know this guy. Trust me, man. Because if you knew this guy, you would get far away from him as possible, man. That dude is unstable. He's carnal. He's an alcoholic. He's violent, man. He's constantly in that competitive spirit. Just the type of dude you do not want to be around, man. Just a toxic individual, man. All right. And trust me, and I know personally, or first personal experience with this guy, man, as other brethren, and they'll all confirm and say the same thing that I'm saying, man. These dudes were just not right, man. And you see what happened, well, what happened, man. And like I said, it has nothing to do with Great Millstone. This don't have nothing to do with Great Millstone whatsoever, man. And you can go to their video pages or their YouTube videos that they did in the last 5, 6, 7 years, and it's not gonna have Great Millstone on it, all right? So don't try to pull that bullshit, all right? You know, and yeah, they were Israelites, but they weren't Israel of the Most High. They weren't part of the elect, and you can't try to use some Israelite out here doing dumb shit to try to categorize every Israelite in that same spirit, because it ain't true, man. That's just like trying to group Judas Iscariot what he did with Yahawashi and all the 12, man. It just don't work that way. But of course, Vocab is a demon, and he hates us, man, and he wants to see a great millstone burn for this, man. But you know, it's just not going to happen, man. All right, so let me get a couple of scriptures, a couple more, I'm going to get out of here. It says, he that being often reproved hardened his neck. And these guys were notorious for this, man. Austin Smith, every time he got reproved, he hardened his neck. I know, brother. I know, man, come on, brother. I know. With an attitude, he'll get up in your face. He'll get closer. He'll get close. One time I was about to beat his ass one time, man. You know, in my own house. But he humbled down and he sat his ass down. You know, the nigga was just a demon, man. All right. It says, he that being often reproved harden his neck, suddenly shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. And that's what's happening to this guy, man. This is only the beginning for him, man. You know, and it all goes back to him not being able to take reproof, him not to be able to humble himself, to see that he was an asshole and a demon, and to correct himself, man. And the Lord gave him plenty of opportunities to repent, to show humility, to get his act together. You know, there's plenty of times we told him, look, brother, stop drinking, man. You shouldn't drink, because when you drink, look what happens. You get nigga don't listen. Nigga couldn't tell. I mean, we'll leave camp, bro. He'll be the first one to go to the store and get him a bottle, man. You know, straight to the neck. Nigga wake up in the morning with a 211. He'll be. I remember the brother said they went to his house. When they were standing there, niggas just wake up early in the morning, like I said, get that 211, the breakfast of reprobates, and just hop online and start playing PlayStation online, talking about, yeah, Edomite, you an Edomite, I'm gonna kill you, you an Edomite, You know, just a damn demon, man. You know, and we ain't gonna talk about the wicked counsel that they had with the brother Kariah that used to be in the camp, and the brother Mahar that's in the camp. That bullshit. How they came to the council that they had on them, calling them wicked, looking like they wanted to beat them up. So then all them niggas came in fighting clothes, man. And them niggas was drunk. They was drinking. And Austin always had something against Mahar. He was trying to flex on Mahar all the time, man. I remember one time he elbowed Mahar in the chest just off some bullshit. So these niggas was demons, man. And Mahar can give you the testimony on that, man. You know? But all them niggas, man. All them niggas that left here and went to Arizona. You had a couple of other guys that was in this camp too that went out there to Arizona. All them niggas was wicked, and all them niggas ain't nowhere to be found, man. And read this again. It says, he that being often reproved harden his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. And that's what's going to happen to this guy, man. He is going to be destroyed, man. All right? And the Lord ain't playing with that hardened, stiff-necked, hard-headed, rebellious, unreprovable Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Especially being in this truth, man. Because ultimately, you don't see Yahawashi in your brethren, man. You know? Think you know it all. Mr. Know-it-all type of niggas, man. And the few guys that we had in this camp that were like that, they ain't here no more, man. And they about to all gonna suddenly be destroyed, man. All right, let me get this last scripture, then I'm gonna get out of here. It says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. And this guy had that opportunity, man. You know, he had the opportunity. He was getting chastened by the Lord, but like as we know, when you're getting chastened by the Lord, it's for your betterment. It's for you to be led unto the way of righteousness. It's for you to be. It's for the Lord is purging out whatever leaven that you have in you, so that you can grow from that, man. But not these niggas, man. The more that these niggas got reproved, the more that leaven rolls in them, man. The more they harden their heart, the more they hated you, the more they gnash with their teeth at you. You know. It says, if ye endure chastening, The Most High dealeth with you as with sons. And obviously these niggas were not sons of the Most High because they couldn't endure the chastening when it came their way, man. Whether it was us telling them, look, stop bringing guns to camp. You need to stop drinking. Look, brother, you need to listen more. You talk too much. You think you know everything. Look, you're doing this wrong. You're doing that wrong. You know, them niggas, way wouldn't hear it, man. And they couldn't endure the chastening of the Lord, but they made an excuse and they justified themselves in whatever way that they did. It says, if you endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if you be without chastisement, whereof we are all partakers. So we're all partakers of chastisements, man. But it all boils down to what do you do with that chastisement after it comes upon you? Do you grow from it? Do you realize the error in which you did, and you grow and you realize it and you mature from it? Or do you go the opposite way and buck up and make an excuse and gnash with the teeth and say, I know, brother, I know, when you don't fucking know? And you continue to spiral down that same path of error, man. Because chastisement is supposed to, it's a correction, all right? It's just like a baby. When a baby first touches something hot, he knows what hot is, all right? And he knows that when he comes around that thing again, the first thing he's going to say is hot, hot. He's going to know. He's not going to go around that no more. But a lot of guys, they get burnt. They keep going back to the damn fire, man. It says, but if you be without chastisement, whereof we are all partakers, then ye are bastards and not sons. And that's what this guy is. He's not a son of Yahawashi, obviously, because look at him. Look at the situation that he is. Look what he did. No righteous man in his right mind would ever do that. And even in this society, we tell Jake all the time, this is not our kingdom, man. If your wife commit adultery on you, you cannot go take matters into your own hands, even if it is righteous to blow her away. You got to leave that into the hands of Yahawashi, because you're living in a system where the devil is ruling over this place, man. You can't take matters into your own hand and then try to say, well, God made me do it. In the eyes of the Most High, I'm righteous. That don't fly here, man. All right? Yeah, we understand that it's a righteous thing, and it's in the law that if your woman commit adultery on you, and you find out and you have the witnesses, that you can put them to death, her and the man. But not in this setup. You do that shit, Esau gonna lock your black ass away and throw you in a psych ward and lobotomize you, man. And he's gonna demonize you and call you and call you a monster, a cold-blooded, heartless, soulless monster, man. All right? There's a lot of laws in the Bible that are righteous, but we can't do that here in this society, man. We're dealing with the devil here, man. It says, furthermore, we had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? Right. So here it is. You were getting chastisement and corrected by the brethren through the Spirit of Yahawashi, and for your own correction to lead you into righteousness, so that you can be better and know better and to mature. But you refused it. For they verily for a few days chastened us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness, man. Like I was saying, every time we got on you, we tried to help you out and show you mercy. It was for you to grow and for your profit through the Spirit of Yahawashi, for you to be a partaker unto holiness. But you rejected it, so in return, you receive damnation, man. Wickedness. And you became wicked, It says, now no chastening for the present seeming to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yielded the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby, which you couldn't be exercised thereby, by those peaceable fruits of righteousness, man. Because you got emotional, you were a nigga, you just weren't right. You were a reprobate, man. And you couldn't take it, and you hardened your heart, and look at you now, man. All right? And I don't feel sorry for you, man. I didn't. When the brothers told me, I was like, I was not surprised, man. And I remember a long time ago, I even told brothers, man, I was like, man, that's the type of dude. He'll. Because I remember when Karia and Mahar was telling me what he was doing to his women, I told him, I was like, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if he killed that girl one day, man. And those are my exact words, man. Because like the brothers, they said, like, his woman did everything for him, man. She wasn't no demon unto him. She listened. She did. She played her part. But he was just a goddamn reprobate demon, man. And brother said that his woman was 8 months pregnant, bro. 8-9 months pregnant. He sent her out in the middle of the night to go get him a beer, bro, or some alcohol, bro, in the middle of the night. And she's like, okay, and went to go do it, man. Now, what type of man in his right mind and a righteous spirit would send his 9-month pregnant woman out in the middle of the night, 12 o'clock in the night, to go get him some goddamn liquor, man, so he can continue to drink and play his video games, man? I mean, you see the type of guy we dealing with here, man. So And for everybody out there that's trying to link this guy with righteous men of great millstone, may Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi destroy you and everything that you love in this society, man. Especially you, Vocab Malone, because you just running with this shit and you don't even know. You didn't know this man. I knew this man personally, man, and he constantly showed patterns of reprobatism, man. All right, this nigga was a constant demon, man. This nigga was not right in the spirit, man. And brothers prayed for this dude for him to get right, man. But you know what? Hey, it was just just that type of dude you just couldn't pray for, man. He refused counsel, he refused chastisement, he refused mercy, and look at him now, man. You know, so that's pretty much all I have, man. I know brothers are gonna do they part of this video, but the guy was not right, man. Him or his brother ain't right, man. And I'm pretty sure his brother is fucked up in the spirit, man. I don't know if he was popping his brother's woman or not, but that wouldn't surprise me either. You know, but hey, you know, it is what it's gonna be, man. You know, and the Lord brought down the judgment on this guy. You know, hey, his wife, this is probably the best thing for her, man. But hey, but whoever perished being innocent, man. You know, it's just part of the judgment of Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi. And at the end of the day, like I keep saying, you got assholes like Vocab Malone. I'm sure you're gonna have other fucking haters of Great Millstone and haters of this truth that's gonna try to link this to the men of Great Millstone and categorize all of us as being in the spirit, which is a blatant lie, man. This guy was never right. He been excommunicated at a Great Millstone, and he has no affiliation with Great Millstone. Him, his brother, nor all the other guys that was in their camp, man. They've been decided to leave Great Millstone and do their own thing a very long time ago. And Vocab, when you met them niggas out there in Arizona, they've been discommunicated themselves from Great Millstone. So you wasn't dealing with a Great Millstone camp at that time, man. Those was just a bunch of wild niggas out there, man, that you came across and got cussed out by. All right, so with that, Lord willing, it was edifying. Lord willing, to shed some light more on this guy, Austin Smith. And hey, he was just a demon, man. He was never right, and hey, the Lord finally showed it through the Spirit, man. So with that, Lord willing, it was edifying. I'm gonna say, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi. And for brothers also to pray at the Most High, take not away from you His Holy Spirit, man, or take His holy name out of your mouth, because you see what happens when the Lord take His spirit away from you, man. You can become a cold-blooded murderer, man, and kill your wife and beat your daughter with a baseball bat, man. So with that, Lord willing, is edifying. Until next time,